Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm really excited to talk to you because I love first-time directors. I think there's a great energy there. How did you take the step from doing what you were doing with Pixar before to actually jumping into doing an actual direction here?
Well, I've been with Pixar for 18 years, and all those years have been in animation. And I kind of reached a point where I was ready to try to branch out and try to see if I had some ideas in my own head. And at Pixar, it's an open door policy for pitching short ideas, but the only stipulation is you have to pitch 3 ideas. So I set out to pitch 3 ideas, and I had a goal for myself was, if I was going to do this, I was going to give it everything I had, and I really wanted to come up with ideas and stories about things I really, really love, and things I could really connect with emotionally. So this particular idea goes way back to 25 years ago. My wife and I honeymooned on the Big Island in Hawaii, and I've always been fascinated by Hawaii and tropical islands, and just they're out in the middle of the ocean, and because there's just something so lonely and beautiful and romantic about that. But going to Hawaii really captivated me, and going to the Big Island, I saw the Kilauea, the volcano Kilauea, up close, and I couldn't believe the power and the beauty of this volcano. And then probably about 10 years ago, I heard Israel Kamakawiwo'ole's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So when I sat down to think of an idea, this was an idea where I had this volcano thing, I had the island thing, and I thought, man, if I could ever write a song that made me feel like that song did, and incorporate it into a short film, wouldn't that be amazing? So I set out. I actually bought an ukulele in Hawaii.
Wow.
That I had gone back right when I started to kind of hunker down. I really wanted to reconnect emotionally to what I felt 25 years ago. So I took my entire family there. We went on their vacation, and I bought this ukulele and just started trying, developing the story and writing the song at the same time until I was eventually able to pitch to John Lasseter.
And so, what I have to ask, what was it about this story that I guess developed as you were actually creating it? Was there something in particular that you were really captivated by?
Yeah, I think it was kind of the feeling of Hawaii and the culture and the place and all those things. But I think the epiphany for me, it was when I was on vacation with my family. I was walking through a shopping mall in Kona, and there was this big diorama of the 5 volcanoes that make up the Big Island. And as I got closer and closer to it, I saw this tiny little volcano at the bottom of the sea that was called Loihi. And I didn't even know there was an underwater volcano by the Big Island. And I researched it, and I found out that Loihi is an underwater volcano that's estimated to reach the surface and join the Big Island in the next 10,000 to 100,000 years. And that was the epiphany for me of wow, you have these volcanoes above the surface, then you have this one below. Do they know each exists? And what if they were? What if volcanoes search for love their entire lives like humans do? And then again, I was like, well, I have this song. What if I, wrote a song that was kind of the thing that kept them connected, but they didn't really know, where each other was, and so it kind of evolved from these things back to my goal that I really loved, that really touched me and really I felt connected with. And as I just started playing with these things that I really loved, you just started following where it took us.
Well, I really love that music is throughout the whole thing. Did you know you were going to do that from the beginning, or did it just kind of, as you started doing it, you were like, oh, the song is it?
Yeah, I did. I knew I wanted to, and then I worked with development at Pixar, and it's a great group in development, and they really encouraged me. At the time when I was going to pitch it, I was just going to record the song, and they said, no, you have to perform it when you pitch it. So I was like, okay, great. And then as I got into it, they were saying, well, you could probably sing the first few verses in the chorus and then pitch the rest. But then as I got into it, I was like, that's kind of boring. I gotta finish it, and I gotta do the whole pitch through the whole song.
That's amazing.
So that's what I ended up doing. So whenever I pitched, I would always have my ukulele and I would sing the song, and then I'd done a bunch of drawings and a sculpture, that I would have there, and I would have someone assisting me that would change originally they were on, pitch boards,
Right.
and I eventually made it into a keynote.
Wow.
And so the drawings would go by telling the story visually as I sang the whole.
That's amazing. So, are you going to pursue more directing, down the road from this?
I'd like to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to continue making stuff and,
Well-
and finding the passion. This has been such a passion and such an obsession, to
Right.
be honest with you, that I'm really looking forward to falling in love again with another idea and pouring my heart and soul into something else.
What was the biggest surprise about directing this that happened as you were actually going through it?
I think the biggest surprise was that you really have to maybe let go of some of your initial ideas and embrace the realities of what each stage of production tells you about who your film wants to become. And I have 3 kids, and my kids, are 20, 18, and 14. And I've learned as a parent that your children are never going to grow up to be who you think they should be, or the
Right.
vision you have for them. They're going to grow up to be who they are. And your job as a parent is to recognize that and embrace it, and just help guide them to become the best who they can be. And I found that that's the same with filmmaking. That it's really going to reveal to you who it wants to become, and you have to embrace it and recognize that. And kind of, sometimes you got to knock it back and say, no, you're not going to be that. Prune it back. But other times, the realities of the situations, when it starts to reveal itself, start to unlock new ideas that are even better than your original ideas. And to me, that was the biggest surprise, and probably the scariest, but also most rewarding. And part of the frightening part of it is letting go of that inhibition and accepting it as it's just part of the process, and embrace it, and great things will come from it.
That's cool. Well, I'd love to hear a couple of notes if you don't mind playing
Sure.
a little.
Sure.
That's amazing, and especially the fact that you actually bought it there.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Well, yeah.
That's passion.
It's passion. I went 100%. I went for it. So I'll just sing the chorus.
Sure.
Chorus for you right now. I have a dream I hope will come true, that you're here with me and I'm here with you. I wish that the earth, sea, and the sky up above will send me someone to love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.